start to do things automatically with breathing when you're a baby. Now, babies can get thrown into a swimming pool, and yet they've got an automatic reflex of what to do next. And a bit of background on me, I went to a theatrical school. I learned to be an actor, a performer, and part of the training was learning not only how to project your voice, how to use your voice, but there was also the importance of breathing and state management whilst on the stage, because you're going to have a lot of different situations. So we use breathing for projection, use breathing to work with your tone, with your volume, and at the same time, the best one was always that using your breathing to stop yourself from passing out just before you went on stage, and getting into that positive state that you could perform with a smile rather than a grimace. And it's actually over the years, I sort of went through industries, and when I got involved in the therapeutic industry, I had a really valuable reminder, because this learning that, again, I'd taken for granted, and nobody really focused on it, the breathing element. I had a valuable reminder from a client of mine, a friend, and you know, he said to me, he said, I just don't get how you do the whole presenting to people, how to speaking to total strangers, and it didn't matter whether it was 2 or 10. He said, I go out there, he said, and I go out there with a flak jacket on. He was in Afghanistan, he is now. And he said, I go out with these tools, they train us, they give us this body armour, they give us all these tools. He said, and do you know what, there's actually one thing, the most valuable tool that they give us in our training. He said, and that's our breathing. He said, they teach us how to breathe. He said, they teach us that there's this point about here, our diaphragm, that when you breathe correctly, it will automatically change your state. It will bring that calm because of the way that the muscles are contracting. It takes everything from up high to down low. And this is where I was explaining earlier, sensory acuity and calibrating with people. It's part of building rapport. You know, you can normally unconsciously sense when you're with somebody when they're getting tense, because you'll start seeing that. High shoulders, these little signals that you've learned as a child in your parents. You know, this is how, as a kid, how do you know when mum's happy or when mum's unhappy, when she's annoyed, cross? Well, you're watching, you know, this is all, you don't have any labels, so you're watching, you're studying, and you're calibrating, and then you're using your sensory acuity as a child. And breathing is the most obvious of these signs that you pick up on. It's the quickest one. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to remind you how to breathe, okay? Because this is really at the very, very depth. Being able to control your state, and you controlling your state is going to put you in control of the situation. And remembering that as a child, whether it's your patients or your co-workers, they're going to be unconsciously watching what you're doing. They're going to be unconsciously sensing, are you tense, you're nervous, you're angry? And just by knowing if you're going to go into a potential situation, just preparing yourself. And this is ultimately, you need to practice this. And this is one of the most valuable tools that I give out to trainers, to coaches, people in these situations, is breathe. It sounds so simple, and yet it's something we take for granted. Practicing this, building that muscle, you'll see the signs in people, you'll see the signs in yourself, because you will start to automatically handle those situations differently. And any shift is a shift, the same as this solution. So if you don't mind, I'm going to get everybody to stand up. Okay. Now, I'll probably, if I stand this side, basically just to show the diaphragm, if you put your fingers under your ribs, I'm sure everybody knows pretty much where the teaching is suck eggs. So locating where the diaphragm is, yeah. Now what we're going to do is, if you put your fingers flat on your, just on that point there, and the palm of your hand on the back of your, it's on the back here, if you can, this way. Reverse, yeah, back of the hand, communication, back of the hand. And what I'm just going to ask you to do is take a deep breath in, but as you breathe in, I just want you to concentrate on the breath pushing the stomach out. Okay, so it might feel a bit uncomfortable at first if you're not used to sticking the belly out, but as you breathe in, pushing the stomach out, hold it for 4, and then as you inhale, bringing the stomach in. Okay, and again for 4. Okay, so starting breathing out. Breathing in, 4. Breathing out again for 4. Breathing in, 4. Just keep repeating this. Maybe close your eyes. Just become aware of that relaxation as you breathe from down low. Just becoming more and more aware as that breath comes from deep inside you, from that diaphragm. Just giving that relaxation as your whole body tends to relax. Just feel that feeling of breathing, just that extra control. It's almost like wiping the slate and just creating that state of calm. Back to me. So how did you find that? This is something that takes practice, something that we don't do automatically. You'll notice people that breathe from this location, that they're normally, they talk down here. Their shoulders will be low, their breathing is low, and it's something that they're so lucky, because that's where their breathing comes from. It's the most extreme calm state that you can achieve. If you want to take a seat. So how can you use this? And it goes back to what Andy and Joe were explaining earlier about calibration, sensory acuity, and even this unspoken automatic rapport that you're going to be looking to build, whether it's in a meeting, whether it's with a patient, going into that situation and calibrating and realising how they're breathing straight away. This is something that you can switch on automatically, and just knowing and recognising how they're breathing should actually give you a big clue as to how they're feeling. Consider it, try it. It's something that just takes practice. Yeah?
Imagine as well